The same deal as in the previous Vinland Saga anime to manga comparison. Enjoy! At the last episode I ended the previous video in episode 8. Thorfinn and Einar got into a little fight with a bunch of guests and it ended with Thorfinn getting slapped and getting knocked out. The sheep was jumping way too hard on Thorfinn in his dream. It was going kinda crazy actually. When Thorfinn changed into his old killer self after Thor approached him, in the manga he was just covered in blood and holding onto his old daggers. In the anime he was also stabbing Einar in the neck. Like, is the studio trying to say something about a little peaceful farmer boy over there? He literally did no wrong. Just how many times are they gonna use him as a puppet for Thorfinn's nightmares? SMH in my head. Thor's outfit also changed into the one from episode 1 of the first season. Thorfinn was talking back to Thor's in the anime, which made it more dramatic because Thor wasn't even responding to Thor's call-outs to him. Plus the landscape around them kept changing. In the manga this scene was very consistent, so no landscape or outfit change aside from Thorfinn's changing appearance from a young kid into a teen serial killer. There were some extra added scenes of the dead warriors fighting, just to make the episode more filled and less boring I guess, featuring our favorite Giga Chat Askeladd. After Thorfinn fell off to the warrior world again, Elpa's ratio, well kinda, he was still holding onto his normal ass farming world. There was also this little scene of Thorfinn's dagger falling with the epically edited reflection again, the same one that was at the end of season 1. Everything surrounding the edited reflection is made up by the studio, even in season 1, because in the manga, Thorfinn after Askeladd's death just goes dizzy and his vision just goes kinda crazy. Again, only one chapter was adapted into this episode because Vinland Saga anime is goated. Throughout episodes 10 till 13, not much new or different happened in these episodes, but one major change that was done in this bunch was the change of the order of the events that happened. In the manga, the book 5 ended with Thorfinn's and Einar's little fight with the guests, and then afterwards the book 6 opens up with Canute on the boat on his way to his sick brother Harald. Oh man, what a good bro Canute is, am I right? Then the next chapter jumped back to Thorfinn and Einar cutting trees, just before Ketil is about to leave to see King Harald, and just one chapter after that we got a little introduction scene to Gardar, where we also see our little peeps talking about him at the dinner table. Then later the manga jumps back to Canute practicing his swordplay, featuring Ketil's unpleasant adventures at the Canute's place, and after they manage to get out of there with their knowledge about Canute's true intentions, then it jumps back into guests chasing Gardar, or well, at least trying to. Now jumping back into the anime, episode 10 starts off with Thorfinn and Einar chopping trees. We also see Ketil leave, then it jumps into the boat part with Canute, and until episode 12 it continues with Ketil's very unpleasant adventures at Canute's place. In episode 13 we finally go back to our farming boys featuring the hunt after Gardar. The only added filler scene in these couple of episodes was in episode 10, and it was the Canute's flashback scene when there were just little kids playing around. I don't know if I missed something, but there was this one little scene at the end of episode 12 where Thorfinn was gazing into the distance, because I guess he was sensing the storm that was coming from the distance, and if you have read the manga, you know exactly which storm I'm talking about. I don't think this was included in the manga, but I do think that the order of these events actually makes a bit more sense in the anime. Not much of a difference for episodes 14 and 15. In episode 14, the Old Master's story, which he tells to Arnheid, is absolutely filler. Ketil's flashback with the other woman from the other village was also completely filler and made up by the studio. There's no woman or Ebbe in the manga like Ebbe who, literally nothing different in episode 15. In episode 16, after Thorfinn and Einar arrived to see Arnheid after Gardar's escape, the dialogue between the guests while they were peeping at them from the Old Master's house was slightly extended, which I guess is another product of the anime stretching some things out, probably to make it just less slow and boring I suppose, as that is happening not only in this season but it also was a thing in season 1 as well. Anyway, guests aside, in the manga, when they met up with Arnheid, Einar offered to help her and briefly talked Thorfinn into it, whereas in the anime, Einar offered his help to her alone, with Thorfinn joining in with his own free will. This scene honestly felt more powerful in the anime, as it shows Thorfinn's and Einar's bond that they have together. A bit later, when the Old Master was trying to talk Snake out of it, before he offered his farm to him. In the anime, the old master also brought up Snake's sword, that it looked very different from any other regular sword, and he said that he probably isn't from anywhere here. They never talked about such a thing in the anime. I never thought about it either, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Like, how would anyone have such a bizarre looking sword anyway, right? Both in the manga and in the anime, when Thorfinn was about to fight Snake to protect Gardar, we could see an image of Askeladd talking to Thorfinn about him fighting again. In the manga, Thorfinn jumped right into fighting Snake and it was overall pretty brief, but in the anime, Askeladd was further encouraging Thorfinn since he was a little bit rusty and haven't fought in a while. That little part was also anime original. Thank you for watching this video this far. This was slightly shorter than the last comparison, but at least it was a little bit less painful to edit, unlike the last 10-minute dojin video that I made. Although this video has a little bit of a delay, because I planned to upload it, I don't know, like a bit sooner. Stay tuned for more Vinland Saga content on the channel. I will definitely make the last Vinland comparison, so make sure to like, subscribe and all of the other shenanigans, and until next time, see ya later.